I don't have COVID. I have less serious things.
All right, we're live too.
No.
So.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
God damn it! I
You
gave it
already
to
got
you.
me sick.
You've been here for 30 seconds.
What the fuck?
I guess I gave you a computer virus.
That is.
Wah, wah.
Lock me up, baby.
Would it be better if I found headphones?
No, you sound fine. I
Okay.
mean,
No,
unless
you're
it
good.
bothers you.
It doesn't bother me.
And
Yeah,
we're going
thanks.
on here on Facebook
Cheers,
and
yeah.
put it out that we're live
Are we live on a Facebook or something?
on Twitch.
Twitch. Got it.
Yeah. So just if you say the N-word, just know this is it for you.
Hello, Derek Diamond in the chat room already.
Thank you so much for being here. By the way, I'm Jacob. I'm who has been emailing you. I'm the funny one. That's Jason. He's the Jason. Which one are you again? The smart one, I guess.
The better looking, smarter, and funnier one.
No, two of those are true.
So it's so nice to meet you. And like I said, my name's Jason, and yeah, we're here to do a podcast, and we have a little bit of an ad read to do at the beginning, and then we'll go into the show. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
All right, Jacob, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Do you like retro video games? Then you should check out the Nerd Cave Retro on Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you can find podcasts. If you like the show, then you can join the Discord by going to Nerd Cave Retro Twitter page and click the link at the top of the page. This podcast is also brought to you by our lovely patrons over at patreon.com, including, but not limited to, Mr. Derek Diamond, Miss Kathy Gutierrez Figueroa, and old Rob himself, Robbie Hennig, as well as newly Derek Shirley. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on Patreon, and you can go to www.openmicers.com to be just like them. Let's play some music, Jason.
Let's do it. That music means only one thing. It is time for the Open Micers podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and dude, I am yoked for our guests tonight, Jason. I am yoked with a hard L, brother, and I don't get yoked with a hard L unless there is a good fucking guest on this podcast. And you better believe that the guest we have on this podcast tonight is none other than the co-host of the Music is Funny podcast, super underrated. Go subscribe to it right now. She is the head leader of the Raelyn Nelson Band, and coincidentally, her name is Raelyn Nelson. Thank you so much for being here.
I don't think I've ever heard the expression yoked.
Yoked.
He made it up. It's not a thing, but
I didn't make it up. It's a thing.
It's a thing, and I guess it's like the best part of the egg or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like whenever someone's like says they're like super muscular, they're like, yeah, I'm so yoked.
yeah,
You know?
Jacob thinks he's jacked, and it's not. He's the exact
I identify
opposite.
as muscular. Yeah, that's the thing.
Are we? Do we need to stay away from bad words on this show?
No, you can say
Absolutely
whatever
not.
you want.
And we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because yoked could kind of mean jizz too. Because, you know, like it's like jizz.
I feel like it's like a catch-all word, like Smurf for me. Like
What does that expression mean? A Smurf?
you've never watched the Smurfs?
Oh yeah, I have. I thought that was an expression. A
No.
Smurf. Okay, got it.
Well, the Smurfs will be like Mother Smurfer or like Smurf
yeah.
this or all that.
That's gotta be like a Gen Z thing, because I've never heard of that in my life.
The Smurfs.
No, I know what the Smurfs are. I've never heard of Smurf being like a verb or like, used.
That was on the show The Smurfs. You fucking imbecile. That's how they talked. Smurf was just
I don't even
intercut.
remember how they talked. I just remember they were little blue creatures running around, and
Dude,
it was.
I haven't seen the
Yeah.
Smurfs in like 30 years. Like, I remember anything about that stupid show.
That's very coincidental because you look like the motherfucker that hunts down the Smurfs to put them into a soup.
Gargamel.
Yes, you look like Gargamel's left nut. Anyways, Raelyn, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I love your music, but I have to admit that I didn't even start listening to your music until I followed your podcast. Music is Funny. I love it so much. That's where I was introduced from you. Actually, was from your podcast.
How did you find out about the podcast? I'm just curious.
Well, because I'm actually friends with your manager, Thomas. So
Thomas, yeah.
he was
Agent Boy.
Yes. Yeah, he was sharing it. He was sharing it around, and I found it and really started digging it. What made you want to do a comedy podcast of all things?
Okay, so before the pandemic, when we would be on the road, which was way more often, every other weekend, and in 2019, I mean, we were gone every weekend, it seemed like. And we don't agree on music to listen to in the band, so we would just listen to comedy. And so we would listen to podcasts. It started with Joe Rogan and then ventured down to Bert and Tom and Christine, Tom Segura, Christina P., Bert Kreischer, Theo Vaughn, Ari Shafir. We would just listen to all their podcasts. I mean, there's so many more. So there's so many I listen to every single day. Nikki Glazer, I love Nikki Glazer. And then we would also listen to specials too, So then when the pandemic hit and we weren't traveling and we couldn't hang out as a band anymore, we were like, what can we do to kind of still have a presence with our fans and something we would love to do? We were just like, maybe we could get them to talk to us, So lucky for me, I am Willie Nelson's granddaughter, and I check his fan email because he's an awesome grandpa and lets me stay home with my kids. And so he gives me a shitty job, or it's like the easiest job in the world. It's just a bullshit job. Checking fan email, which I do every day. But anyway, I would have an email address that says from Willie Nelson, right? So like it works like 98% of the time. Everybody's going to open up an email that says it's from Willie Nelson, So I just would email comedians from the Papa Willie email and tell them it was me and what we were doing. And Doug Stanhope said yes immediately. And that helped a lot because everybody who's a comedian kind of knows Doug Stanhope. And if he's done it, then they'll do it, or they'd reach out to him and he'd be like, yeah, you should do it. So yeah, I'm lucky that Doug Stanhope, I can call him my friend now, it's cool.
That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah. I can call him my friend too, but he wouldn't agree. That's funny though. That's kind of what we've done with this show a little bit. Was we were able to get one semi-big comedian on and then just mention that they've done it, and then other comedians will be like, yeah, I know that guy, so I'll also do it.
Yeah, and Doug Stanhope, he said 100% the only reason he did it was because I said I was Willie Nelson's granddaughter.
Hey, use it to your advantage, dude. Like if Merle Haggard was my grandpa, I'd be like telling everybody, be like, hey, you know who my grandpa is? Come do this shit with me.
Right. I did ask him if it was okay, so I'm not doing this without him knowing. And Merle Haggard told me I had great legs once. That was kind of creepy.
Well, now I'm glad he's not my grandpa, because that's...
Yeah. He actually said it in front of my grandpa, and it was, I don't know if Papa Willie heard or not, but it was very awkward, and I just got up, and I don't think he knew that I was Papa Willie's granddaughter. I don't know. It was very weird.
Am I sensing Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson beef?
No, not at all. Because I remember he just like, Merle, sit down. So I don't know if he heard or not, but
I feel like they're going to box for charity.
And he said Merle died. My grandpa killed him because he said I had great legs. No, I'm just kidding. That did not happen.
I didn't realize Merle Haggard was dead.
Willie wins by default then, because Merle's already gone.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So what
anytime celebrities came on the bus ever since I was little, we would all just like kind of creep into the back, and just I don't know what it is. You just feel like you're in the way or something. Because there's so many of us when we were on there. So we'd all just like creep into the back and just talk with, the family that wasn't Papa Willie. He was up there with the famous person.
So what's it like having Willie Nelson for a grandfather? Do you smoke weed with him and just like ask him stuff
Yeah.
about like, being on the road back in the day?
He did. The first time he offered me weed, I was 18, but I was like right at
Yeah.
18.
He was
And
waiting.
yeah, and I just remember like, do you want to smoke pot? Like, yes, I've been waiting for this, But I had only smoked weed. I had smoked weed a lot actually, but I'd started only when I was like 17. But when I was 17, I went pretty hard on it. But weed's the best. But okay, so my grandpa's always been famous, I grew up with him just being famous. I was probably it was old enough to remember, but I was still in my dad's arms, so he was still holding me. And my dad died when I was 7, so it was sometime before that. And I remember us being somewhere, like in a restaurant or a bar, and all of a sudden, my grandpa got bombarded by a whole lot of people, and his security had to come in, and it wasn't scary. I remember everybody got kind of freaked out, and I felt the energy of this is kind of scary, but it was just like people wanting to see him and talk to him. It wasn't like they were going to hurt him or anything, obviously, but his security team kind of got him out. And I remember asking my dad, where's Papa Willie? I want to see Papa Willie. We were talking, we were all hanging out, and he goes, no, he's got to go work right now, like we just got to let him go. And I just remember everybody's like, what's going on, and people talking to the family. And that's when I first knew, oh, okay, my grandpa's different. This isn't normal. This doesn't happen to my other grandparents.
Right.
And that sort of thing.
So
But
how long
he
have
get, oh,
I'm
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna. How long have you been playing music though? Like, if
Oh,
that, how young were you talking about? Like when you found out that your grandpa was a famous musician?
I was pretty young when I found that out. When I started playing music, I've always did like piano lessons or guitar lessons when I was 14, uh, voice lessons. I was in choir and show choir and string band. Always did kind of musical stuff growing up. And then I've always written songs in my head, but I didn't know that I was doing it.
Hmm.
It was just the little melodies about the day. It sounds dumb, but just like little melodies about what's going on around during the day. Like, I can't find my pen, but I didn't realize that I was writing these little things as I was doing it. And so then when I got a little bit older, I realized I actually had babies first. And then I was like, all these songs, I think that I could make something out of them. And I started writing little songs. I was stuck at home with babies, right? And then, so I was in my early 20s. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to find a place to record them. And I actually met JB at the guys where we were both getting weed from. And and we won't say his name, but we were explaining that I was looking for a place to record some songs. And he's like, well, I've got a studio in my backyard. You should just come over. I won't charge you too much. And I did. And then by the end of that day, he was like, we should put together a combo. And then so we just started writing the songs I started on and trying to figure out what we were. At first, we were thinking it was just going to be kind of super country, like real country. But his background's more rock. So it kind of just naturally started going in the rock direction.
Well, that's
And
what
I
I
was having a
like.
lot of fun rocking out.
That's what I
So
like about your music. It is so genre. You can't define it. Like one song will be, like there's so many influences. Like I hear, Reverend Horton Heat type stuff in there. I
yeah,
hear like even like Rebel Girl like sounds like a like Joan Jett, like like early like Runaways punk rock type stuff, and it's just so all over the place, and I love it.
yeah. Rebel Girl is actually a cover from Bikini Kill. Do you remember the band
Oh
Bikini
yeah,
Kill
I
from
didn't
the
know
90s?
that was a cover, but yeah, I've,
Yeah,
I've heard of them before.
that was an homage to Kathleen Hanna, who she's married to a Beastie Boy. I forget which one, but there's a documentary on her called The Punk Singer, and it's amazing. I think it's on like Hulu or Netflix or something. And I watched it, and I wanted at the end of it, I was like, we got to do a Kathleen Hanna song, and then so we picked Rebel Girl to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she got Lyme disease. It's a sad story, but she did so much for women and feminism in the 90s. Yeah, I was really inspired by her.
Lyme disease. Was she like go out in the woods, get bit by a bunch of ticks or something? Like, how do you
Yeah,
get Lyme disease?
yeah, you get Lyme disease from ticks, so maybe something like that, but it really affects your nervous system. So she, like in the documentary, she kind of shows you, like her face would twitch and just go numb. It's really sad. It's really, really sad.
That
But
sucks.
Yeah,
mhm.
Lyme disease is serious, dude. There was a UFC fighter, Jim Miller, who had Lyme disease, and he went undiagnosed for like 5 years and didn't understand why he was losing fights and couldn't cut weight for like 5 years. And then went and
Oh,
got diagnosed. He was like, "Yeah, you have Lyme disease, so now your whole life's gonna be different." And
completely different.
yeah, it's like it's one of those like things that you just kind of never get rid
All
of,
right.
I
Yep.
guess.
Rob from the Old Rob podcast is in the chat room, and he's laughing at me right now because he said it only takes one tick, Jason. Like, how am I supposed to? I'm not a doctor. Like, I don't know how Lyme disease works.
Look, you didn't play outside enough as a kid to understand that you have to check your belly button for ticks and you have to check under your ball sack
See,
for
that's
ticks every
why
time you come in the house.
I stayed inside when I was a kid playing video games and playing drums. That's what I did as a kid, so I didn't have to go outside and get ticks like some kind of stump jumper
Where are you guys from? Are y'all in the South?
We're from Mississippi.
from Gulf
Yeah.
Coast.
Okay, yeah. See, our ticks down here don't carry Lyme disease as much as the ones up northeast. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I get ticks on me all the time because I have woods in my backyard and a creek and we walk down there, so light and love. But I think that the real bad ones with the Lyme disease are up north, not really down here.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lucky for us, especially because I've one time when I was a kid, I did have a tick on my ball sack, and I don't.
My son
Raelyn, really?
I had to get it off of it. Yeah, he was little too, like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 50. Oh, it was just last week. He's 15. But I mean, he was freaking out and, he had to, straddle so I could pick it off. Ugh.
So-
How did it go with you?
Did you tweeze it off, or did you like do the thing where they say to take like a
No, I couldn't do that.
you didn't take
Yeah, the
like a match, yeah, and like put it on it so it pulls itself out?
Nah, dude, not on the ball sack, bro. Nah, that ain't happening, homie.
Not only do you have a tick on you, I'm gonna burn your balls. Like, that just sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, that's good Patreon content. But no, I was like maybe 6 or 7 or something like that, and like my parents instilled in me like you gotta check yourself for ticks every time you come to the house. So I felt a lump under my ball sack, and I was like, that's got to be a tick. And I pulled it, and like the skin like got like super taut, like it was pulling like the skin with it.
Why are we talking about this? This is awful.
This is Jason. This is good content.
We have
You don't
Raelyn
understand,
Nelson on
buddy.
the show, and we're talking about your ticks being on your
look.
sack. That's just awful.
What about when you pull them so hard and you're squeezing and it still won't come off because it's kind of dug its way in and then blood just squirts out of its body?
I've had that happen on my eyebrow before. And got like my own blood in my eye. It's a whole experience with ticks down here, guys.
It's your own blood in your eye, though, probably.
Right. Yeah, my own blood. Yeah, hopefully, unless it came off of someone else, and then
Yeah. Hopefully, it's just your blood in there.
call me magic because I got a whole new disease. But anyways, shout out to Magic Johnson. Raelyn, when was the last time you had a tick on your ball sack?
I have had one, in the nether regions. It does happen. They like the warm spots, I don't have
Right.
balls. I mean, I've got balls, but I don't have, testicles.
Right. There you go. That's right. I got more balls than any man around here. That's damn right. We do so. This is definitely a very like a kind of dirtier comedy podcast.
Good. Yay.
Okay, and I knew that you would be into this, and I saw that you liked my tweet on Twitter earlier this week, because on this show, I like to try to find people who are like me and not like Jason, because Jason thinks that it is not normal to ever shit your pants ever. And I think it's okay to shit your pants if you just have an accident, like maybe like once every 3 months, maybe something will slip out. Where do you fall on the spectrum?
I've never shit my pants.
Thank you.
God damn it! God damn it! Okay.
No, I can't think of any time I've ever shit my pants.
Seriously.
No, I mean, I'm pretty regular. It's in the morning as soon as I wake up. It's immediate. It kind of wakes me up to go. If I'm shitting any other time during the day, something's wrong. You know, like I've eaten something or, you know, I'm sick. So no. It did happen to my daughter at Dollywood the last time we went, though. Yeah.
How old was she at the time?
12.
Okay, yeah, that's old enough to be shitting yourself.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, she wasn't like 3 and shit herself. She was like 12, and she kept telling us she had to go to the bathroom. We would go. She would try and couldn't do it. It was just like bathroom shy, being in public, which I have the same kind of issue too. But I don't want to shit in public. Do you guys like shitting in public?
No, not if I can help it.
Out of necessity.
Your pants in front of everyone. This guy.
Yeah, well,
Jacob just lets it fly.
I have shit my pants in public recently, but I would rather do it in the toilet if I can make it.
Well, why are you shitting yourself? What is happening?
Well, it's not a conscious decision, Raelyn. It's not like I'm just deciding, like I wake up in the morning.
Well,
it's like,
you should understand that Jacob does not have the best diet on the planet. Like, when we do comedy and we go to the open mics and stuff, we have a certain open mic here on the coast that we go to all the time. And he doesn't even need to say anything, and they instantly give him a pitcher of Diet Coke. Like, that's what he drinks. Like, a pitcher of Diet Coke.
Okay. And then what are you eating? Walk me through your day.
He will not eat vegetables. I've tried to get him to eat vegetables. He won't do it.
Why?
I don't like them, and you know what? Life is too short.
Salad? You don't like a salad?
No, I mean I'll toss salad, but I don't like eating salad. You know what I'm saying?
You know, okay, but you won't eat salad even with like ranch and cheese and croutons with lettuce and tomato and onion. No, not like if you just did that once a day with like an apple, and then eat whatever you want after that. Things would really.
I keep telling him that you need to have some roughage so you get the fiber and you solidify everything in there. And
you don't have to have a lot, just a little bit.
Okay, so my daily routine of eating is usually sausage biscuit.
And old Rob in the chat room says he shit his pants more times than he can possibly count. So you got one on your side.
I should have brought this up when old Rob was on the show.
Yeah.
What's the cleanup like with that in public?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
He throws them in the garbage.
well, there was an incident a while ago where I was at a Chinese restaurant and I had ate way more than my stomach can hold. So of course there's already poop in the butt. And I didn't shit at the Chinese restaurant because I'm a firm believer in not shitting where you eat. And I went to the Dollar Tree next door to buy a Mountain Dew Kickstart before work. And I had to use the bathroom so bad. And I asked the Dollar Tree employee, I was like, do you guys have a bathroom in there? And they're like, no. I was like, how is that legally even possible? So, you know what? It leaked out a little bit and I got to work and I threw away my underwears in the work dumpster. And just went commando.
So you're talking about little bitty squirts. This isn't a full-blown shit.
No, not a full load. I'm talking sharts. I'm talking leakage. You know, I'm not. I haven't dumped a full load in my pants since I was like 4. I'm a grown man.
Okay, well, this is different. This is a little different.
You know,
I do that all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. Oh no.
Well, we do have to do we have a $50 patron every month now, God, and dude. the every month we have to do something different that's painful for the $50 tier. The first month was Jacob gets tased, and this month I ordered the Apollo sauce from Hot Ones. Have you ever seen Hot Ones on YouTube?
Yes.
and they have their own line of sauces. Well, I got the new Apollo sauce, which is made from the Apollo pepper, and it has yet to be determined on the Scoville scale how hot it is. And we're going to taste test it here in the next week or so. And I can't wait to see what that does to Jacob. I may have to get a new co-host afterwards because it's just going to burn right through you.
Well, you're gonna shit your pants.
Oh, I am, and that's why I want to do it at Jason's apartment. So if I shit my pants, it's funnier.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so are both of you doing it, or just?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're both doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the only one agreed to get tased. I did end up tasing Jason in the video, but I was the only one dumb enough to agree to getting tased for money.
What does tasing feel like?
So, when he tased me on the arm the first time, I was kind of disappointed because I was like, this video isn't going to be what people want it to be, because it did not hurt at all.
Well, he got me in the arm, and it kind of felt like a really big bee sting or a wasp.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I'm
Through your whole body though? Did it go through your whole body?
No.
It's like a stun gun, not like a taser gun with the prongs.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had him tase me in the arm again, and it hurt a little bit, and I was like, fuck this. I took my shirt off, and he tased me in the stomach, and it hurt like fucking hell. Like, it's like you definitely want to do it in like the soft spots on someone's body, because like in the arm where there's like too much muscle, it didn't hurt that much.
Well, our unpaid intern BJ wanted me to tase you in the neck, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I thought we were friends, dude. Like, why do you want me to get tased, BJ?
Why are y'all the new old jackass? What is happening?
I know. Well, it's worked. So I come up with the ideas here, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad, and sometimes they're bad but effective. This is a bad idea that's been effective in making us money. So here we go.
There you go. Like Jackass.
Yeah.
Like Jackass. Those guys make a fucking killing.
Yeah.
Oh my
You're on your way, guys. You're on your way.
Maybe I can be one of the new jackasses. I could do that.
Well, you could be one of the new jackasses. I'm as old as the other guys, so I'm ready for retirement, man. I don't want to kill myself for money. I just can't do that. I don't have the bone structure for it anymore. I got like osteoporosis now.
Bone structure. Anyways, Raelyn, I've heard from a little birdie who may or may not be a degenerate gambler that you have gone up at Zany's Nashville a couple of times doing some stand-up. What's that like?
So a little bit with Josh Wolf's show. Mostly I've done stand-up around Zany's. I haven't gotten up and done like my full set. I did get up and tell jokes and play a silly song at Zany's a couple times. JB was with me once because him and I wrote a parody song to On the Road Again called On the Pole Again. And it was our COVID song. So we got up and sang that, and then he couldn't be there the next time. So I just did it. And in that one, I was able to, because it was just Josh Wolf and I up there talking, I was able to, say a little bit of my jokes that I have. And so I did do that. And then I would love to get up at Zany's again, but I've done like a little bit of places around town that were more intimate than Zany's is.
Okay. So about how much time do you have? Like, how long is your comedy set? 3
to 5 minutes. Not long at all.
That's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad to start out with.
And we do stand up at our shows, but it's in between songs. So it's kind of like putting all those together into, one thing. And then some of them, it wouldn't even make sense to do stand up wise without a show going. But
well, Jacob's jokes don't make any sense either. So,
my jokes are very funny. I have opened for famous people. I'll have you know.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, who are the famous people you've opened for?
Most recently, I opened for Mick Foley.
Okay.
I've opened for Jenny Zagrino, Nick Youssef, Mo Alexander. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but yeah, I'm the guy that's like a local feature, and I'm like, I hope they take me on the road, and then they just fucking don't. That's me.
I've opened for, well, I mean, I did that thing with Josh Wolf. I wouldn't say open for him, but just was a part of the show a few times. And then, do you know Don Jameson? That
Yeah.
I opened for him. It was the first time I ever did stand up. And then the other day I jumped on a show with Anna Manis. I'm not sure if she's a New York comedian and kind of like a theatrical comedian. And she also does stand up, but jumped on one with her. And then Jim Florentine asked if I would do one with them when they come through town in the fall. So that would be kind of cool. That's with Don Jameson again. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's just fun to get up there and do it. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, is that something that you want to do kind of long term, or do you just kind of want to just do open mics or what?
It feels like it's not my main passion. So it feels like I can do it because it doesn't matter as much to me if it goes well or not. Who cares? Because it's not my main thing. But it is so much fun to do. And of course, I love comedy. And when you make someone laugh, you guys know it's just as good as them applauding after you sing.
It's so
right. Jason doesn't know that, but I definitely get.
This podcast is over. I'm done with you.
What do you mean, dude? I let you tase me, you old bastard.
And Jason's a musician, right? You said you did drums?
Yes, I play drums, and I was going to tell you that I like your music so much that if your drummer spontaneously combusts like Spinal Tap, please give me a call and I'll jump in.
Well, the thing is that we've had 14 drummers. You know this?
You are Spinal Tap then.
Yes. Except that they don't die. They go on to better gigs. They get
okay. Gigs. You don't have to worry about that from Jason. He won't go on to better
I don't know.
gigs.
I feel like we're the launching pad for
maybe.
I'll stick around because I'm pretty much semi-retired at this point, so I'm looking for a good solid gig.
Yeah, Jason doesn't like to brag about himself, but he was signed, like he was in a band that was signed to Universal Records back in the day. Toured with fucking everybody, Three Doors Down, like all these fucking rock bands. So
what's the band?
It's called Fall as Well.
Fall as Well. Yeah. Okay.
Had a couple of songs on the charts. We were signed to Universal for a bit, and then you know how it is when in bands when
hard to keep a band together.
You have crap management and drugs abound. Like things just kind of tend to fall apart, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's hard to keep a band. Okay, so if I send you some songs, you learn we have a set of songs that we send to drummers. I'll send them to you, and then you can do a video and send it and show us, and then we'll see. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down for that. I will do that.
Yeah.
Now, are you hiring comedians for the band? Because that's the only thing that I'm good at is comedy.
Okay, so you should join the band, but what you do is you get up and you kind of work the crowd a little bit in the beginning.
Oh, you know what he could do? He could be the dancing guy. Like, you ever see the Mighty Boss Tones?
Yeah.
But you're going to do that from the merch table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merch guy.
And you can sell your merch. You can sell your merch too.
Yeah.
You could be the new Gooter is what you could be.
Yeah, I could be the new Gooter.
Speaking of Gooter, we had our old merch guy / sixth member of the band / our roadie. He's been on the show a couple times, and we've talked road stories the whole time. So we had our second episode last week of road stories. And I'm sure you've got some too, because being on the road is crazy.
It is. It is crazy. We weren't ever gone long term like it sounds like you guys were. Ours were just weekends because I have kids, and so I'm a mom, so I wanted to be home. I want to be home with them as much as possible. So it was just the weekends we would be getting out. But man, weekends feel like weeks sometimes if you're going every single weekend, and everybody's drinking every night. We have some band rules. I could give them to you, but one of them is no cocaine. So we kind of just stick with weed.
Long as much time as I spent on the road, and I've been a musician like for most of my life, I've never done cocaine. I've never done anything harder than weed. That's it.
Me either. I've done shrooms. I like shrooms.
I've never even done that. But I'd probably freak out and like eat a wall or something.
No, you would just do a little bit at first and it wouldn't be like that. But I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. And it's also like shrooms are like I respect shrooms in a way that I won't do it before I play. And it's
Yeah.
my kids aren't around. It's special times for those. It's not something that you do all the time.
Yeah.
However, I have heard that if you're on brain medication and you want to be off of it, like just microdosing shrooms is a good start to maybe try to wean yourself off of that. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not a doctor.
That's me. And old Rob in the chat room said, wanted me to ask you, are you planning on any shows up there in Washington or Oregon?
It is so hard to get a band out, especially that far. Right now, it's too expensive. I'm an independent band, and if you can't pay to get us like fly and pay on top of that, it's just so much money to ask for that I feel like we're not even worth
Leave it up
paying
to
yet.
Rob. He'll find a way to do it. Trust me. He's that kind of crazy.
Rob's fucking insane,
Yeah,
and he will pick you up on a lawnmower and take you his goddamn self.
He's like George Jones. It's just hard. We're in Nashville, so flying all the way out that way, it's at least I just did the money for this because we were supposed to go play in Tacoma, and it was going to cost me $6,000 to fly everyone out there, and we were only getting paid $5,000 for the gig, and that's not getting around. So Ubers or renting a car, and then a backline that you'd have to have for a rock band, and then hotels. Everybody has to have a hotel room, and it's it was just too much money for them only paying us $5,000, and it's just like it doesn't make sense right now.
See, for me, in our old band, we actually got flown up there on Todd Harrell's dime from 3 Doors Down to record our album in London Bridge Studios in Seattle. So it was all paid for. I didn't have to worry about it.
Nice.
So that was nice.
And now he's in jail.
He's in jail.
Yeah.
We should get him on the podcast.
I probably could. Probably like live from, isn't he in jail in like Memphis or something? He's not that far away.
Something like that, dude. But as long as we pay for his phone call, he should be able to call in.
Here, check this out. Rob in the chat room said he's done cocaine with Hank Williams III. I believe him.
Sheldon. Hank Williams III is named Sheldon because Hank 2 is his dad, I believe.
Okay.
So Sheldon's not from around here, and he actually grew up with like JB and everyone. He went to Belmont together, I think, and
that's cool.
Sheldon is his name, but he is Hank III, I guess, because I would have been Willie III.
Really?
No, if you were a boy.
If I was a boy, I would have been Willie Hugh Nelson III. And I think I would have been the one to go by Hugh.
Right. Yeah.
It's just weird. Hugh,
Yeah. Or just like lengthen it, just be like William and just wear button-up polos all the time.
Nobody's William. Nobody's William. It's just Willie.
Just Willie
Hugh Nelson. And then my dad was Willie Hugh Nelson Jr., but they called him Billy.
Wait, so Willie wasn't short for William or just Will?
Nope.
Like his name is like birth certificate is Willie.
Yeah. Willie Hugh Nelson. Isn't that some 1933 shit?
That's awesome. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
It's true.
I hate to keep harping on the comedy side of your
I love
ventures, but good, because then I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay.
Who has been your favorite comedian that you've had on Music is Funny, and who is someone that you want to be on in the future?
Well, I'd love to have you guys on if you'd want to be. I didn't even realize y'all were comedians, but you guys should totally come on. We should make that happen.
We're there.
We'd love to.
Like I said, I really want Nikki Glazer to come on the podcast. Honestly, if she came on, I'd be like, okay, do we even need to do this anymore? I don't even, like she's my goat. Ari Shafir is JB's goat, and he came on, so he's kind of like, well, and Doug Stanhope. So he's like the very first one. He's like, well, we got my, one of my favorites.
Right.
So Ari was great because Ari's awesome. And so is Doug Stanhope. They're both super sweet, which is funny because their stand-up isn't sweet, but they are truly sweet people. And then I love Ryan Sickler. That was fun. Josh Wolf has been great. Kathleen Madigan was cool. We've been out drinking beers with her a few times because she lives here in town. And that's fun, you know. Um, I feel bad if I'm missing somebody.
Who would be your dream guest? Like who would you want the number who do you want the most?
Other than Nikki Glazer?
Yeah.
I already said it. Okay. Andrew Santino would be fun. Tried to get him. Theo Vaughn, I wanted on. I'm trying to think like who like well Joe Rogan coming on would be huge, but I think it'd be better if he just had me on his, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes more sense, guys.
That's better for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, other than like I'd love Christina P and Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. If I could get, you know, all the because Mark Norman came on, that's fucking cool. Ari's been on, Shane Gillis would be great to have on. We might have Tim Dillon on. That hasn't he said he would do it, and we're trying to figure out a time for him to do it. So that's kind of cool. I hate even saying it just in case it doesn't happen, but that's where we are in the correspondence process.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. I guess Tim Dillon's gonna be my answer on the other than Nikki Glaser one. Yeah, gotta be Tim Dillon. Because he's the punk rock one right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's the one who just everyone hates him because he's doing his own thing successfully.
And it's so good. It's so good. I love it. And I hate it when he has guests on. I just want it to be him and Ben on his podcast and him going off and Ben laughing or trying to chime in and him cutting him off. Like it's that dynamic is the best. And anytime they try to bring someone in, I'm like, ugh, this isn't what I want to hear. I mean, I still listen and watch it and love it, but I'm like,
yeah.
Jessica Kearson's good too. I wish I could get her on the pod. Yeah.
Now, if you could, as far as music goes, if you could do like a duet or write a song with one person.
Taylor.
Oh, all right. That was quick.
Love Taylor Swift.
I'm going to dream big. I'm going big. But then if you're talking like close, like I loved, you wouldn't even know her. Her name's Jennifer Knapp. I fell in love with her music when I was 14. She's a Christian singer. It's just her and her acoustic guitar, and she has super catchy melodies and great rhyme schemes. And I just connected with that really. And now she's still a Christian singer, but she is a lesbian married to a woman. And so she's just got this her own unique view of Christian music, you know, and I'm not even a huge Christian music fan. It was just because at that time in my life, my mom was kind of keeping me sheltered. So she was the coolest Christian music thing happening, in my opinion. Yeah. So, but anyway, I would love to work with her, and I did meet her. We both played the 30A Songwriter Festival together, and I got to tell her, I got to fangirl out on her for sure. And I remember I was like, I saw you at a church in Lebanon, Tennessee, and she goes, that sounds like somebody made you go do that. I was like, no, I was in love with you. I had your songbook. I knew all your songs. I could play them. I was like, you want me to play you one now? I can do it. You know, I just really got to fangirl out on her, but that's not as exciting as somebody famous. So let me try to think of somebody famous. Sheryl Crow, maybe. Sheryl Crow would be cool.
Yeah.
And as far as like rocking out, like Joan Jett would be fun.
I saw her in concert, and I was literally like 2 feet in front of her. Like she was on the stage, like right in front of me. It was like the greatest night of my life. It was so awesome. She's so good in concert.
Yeah, she is. I've seen her in concert twice. She's so good. And I met her here in Nashville, and I told her every time I play a show, I open up with Bad Reputation. And so
hey, that's one song I already know I can play right off the bat.
Fantastic. I won't send you that one.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, I met her and I told her we did that. So now I feel like we have to open up every single show with Bad Reputation because I told Joan Jett we did. And if she happens to hear but that we didn't, I would just break my heart.
Yeah, I understand that. I have kind of like a dream list like that too that I'm almost done with completing, because like I've said, well, first of all, if we ever get Kevin Smith on this podcast, that's gonna be our last episode. Like,
yeah,
and we're like 1 degree away from getting Kevin Smith too.
Oh,
like,
no,
we're close.
Okay,
we're close. God damn it.
I'll I'll call him
Well, I
for
mean,
you. And
I'm
put a good
friends with
word in.
Brian O'Halloran. I
Please.
just don't want to be that guy that like texts him and be like, "Hey, can you give me Kevin's number so I could get him on your show?" I don't want to be that guy.
I'll be
Could
that
you
guy. Fuck it.
could you look him up on like find his email and just email him?
I have emailed him. I've emailed him, Jason Mewes, all these guys. But they're coming to a convention, not Kevin Smith, but Jason Mewes and like Jeff Anderson and all the other Clerks people are coming to a convention here in Pensacola, which is like 2 hours away from us. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go and like pester them and give them our business card and see
Yeah, good.
if we can get Jason Mewes on, then Kevin Smith will come on the show.
Oh yeah.
But no, like my like top three, like if I just work with these three people, then I will be set for comedy for life. Sean Patton, who I've worked with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You know Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's great.
he's amazing. He's so underrated.
Yes.
Mo Alexander, who I've worked with, also so underrated. He should come on Music is Funny. I can make that
Okay.
happen if you
Okay.
want.
Yes.
I don't know if you know who he is or not, but
I
he's
don't, but I would. But if he's a comedian, I'd love to chat with him. Yes.
yeah, he's done Heart of the City. He's been on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, like
Yeah.
back in the 90s. Like
Wow. Okay.
he's a legit fucking comic. And Tom Segura, like the one that I have left is if I can work with Tom Segura, then I'll be fucking set for life, done for.
One of the things in the band that we've watched that Kool-Aid clip with
Yeah.
Bears. I mean, I'm not exaggerating, probably 27 times, 27, 37 times, because it's so funny to watch Tom's facial expressions and then him laugh at Bert. It's just so fucking funny. It's so good. Makes me laugh every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, the two Bears dynamic is something that we've kind of mimicked in a way, just with
Yeah.
me and Jason's friendship, where Bert does crazy shit he doesn't know is crazy, and Tom calls him out on it.
Yeah.
Which is definitely me and Jason.
And you're Bert and Jason is Tom.
Yeah, because
for sure.
Jacob
Very-
just doesn't know any better. Jacob's like from the middle of the woods, and he's only like 21,
Yeah.
so he has like he just does the craziest shit and doesn't know he's doing crazy shit.
It's
And
very true.
And I'm the old man, so I got to try to stop him and throw like sage like wisdom at him, but that he doesn't take, and then he just makes fun of me for being old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our whole relationship. And to be fair, most of the dumb shit I do now, since I've had my daughter, like I don't just do recreational dumb shit anymore for the most part. It's like I do it for content now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
anything that I can film and put somewhere behind a paywall, you bet your ass I'm gonna get hurt for it.
That's right.
So
content.
as far as music goes, are you guys writing new stuff right now, or like how was the shutdown and the pandemic? Like how was that as far as being able to write new stuff?
Yeah, we've written some songs and we're starting to put them out and record them down now. Because we just kind of focused on the podcast and then I was kind of writing and then now JB and I are doing the part where we're arranging it together and he's changing everything. So it's a pretty frustrating part for me because I get something stuck in my head of how I want it to go and then he hears something else and then we're fighting for a minute and then I end up just conceding and like, okay, I trust you. And then and then it works. It's all good. But yeah, so we're kind of in that process on our second single that we want to come out because our next single comes out probably the 1st of July, or not July 1st, but in the beginning of July. And then the next one I want to put out is a cover. I was thinking about just doing singles and doing like an original and a cover, and then original and a cover, and original and a cover. Just to do that for a while and then maybe bunch them together as a CD later on because I feel like people want to hear things more quickly all the time.
Well, as far as your cover stuff, we had a podcaster on a few weeks ago. His name's Brian Ibbett, and he does a podcast called Coverville, and that would be a very good way to get those covers out there to have him play it on the show because he's got like tens of thousands of listeners a month.
Wow.
That listen to that show.
Okay. Yeah. Hook me up, brother.
Hell yeah. We'll help each other out.
Yes, of course. I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. I'll pull ticks off you if you pull ticks off me.
Good. I don't have to pull ticks
Call
off
back.
Jacob's nuts anymore.
Call back. Key in comedy. Call back. Rule of 3.
Yeah.
All that dumb shit. I don't know how
Yeah, the
jokes
rule
work.
of 3.
That's most of my stuff is misdirection. But anyways, that wasn't what I was going to talk about. I was going to ask you if do you ever perform Ari Shafir's theme song live?
No, we haven't yet. We did do a music video with him that I think is supposed to come out after his special.
Okay.
That was fun. We filmed it here in Nashville at Zany's and at the comedy condo for Zany's that's right across the street. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't want to ruin anything for you. But...
Right. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Ari Shafir's theme song, because he's had problems with like copyright shit in the past. So his theme song is Ari Shafir Owns That Song, written by Pepper N-word Goins, yeah, and performed by Raelyn Nelson.
The N-word is Pepper's favorite word. So
Hey, speaking of Pepper, I got a little Pepper here. Hold on, let me play this for you.
Yeah.
That's a Pepper burp right there when he had him on the show.
That's Pepper, yeah.
Pepper's my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all of the burps that I've ripped on this show that have been better than Pepper's, Jason just still uses Pepper's burp to upset me.
Yeah, because it was epic. It's always going to be better than any burp you could ever do.
I'm going to fight Pepper Goins in a celebrity boxing match.
Really?
I should. I'll win.
Oh, I thought this was real because y'all are both in Mississippi. Well, he's in Georgia.
Yeah.
We already challenged him.
He moved to Georgia.
Yeah, when he was with the Rushmore podcast, we offered to box them for charity, and they turned us down. They said no.
Well, because we both casually mentioned in the conversation that we have like legitimately trained
they have
boxing. And they were like, no, we don't want any of that. We'll just do a better podcast than you.
I haven't trained in like 20 years. I'm not going to beat anybody up at this point. I mean, maybe I could. I don't know. I haven't tried. It's not like I go out looking to get in a fight all the time.
You can put somebody in a full Nelson, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
A full Willie Nelson.
That's the only move I know. Or like the name of. I don't even know what you do there.
Well, the full Nelson is you go up behind somebody and you wrap up their armpits and then you put your hands behind their head like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't work.
No.
It's
it only works on Saved by the Bell.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I learned at a young age. My brother used to put me in it all the time, and then I figured out all you got to do is just straighten your arms and just fall right out of it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's what they told us to do in self-defense class too. For anything, they try to just like dead weight, drop down and get away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Dead weight, turn into your opponent, all that.
And dead weight is what I call Jacob when he's not around.
That's me whenever I'm on and off the podcast. It's just dead weight. No, yeah, I've known Pepper for a little while. I've actually seen Pepper's only stand-up performances. He came and did the local open mic a few times and was not bad. He did decent, and I was like convincing him to come back, and he like wasn't listening to me when I was like, hey, you're actually like really good, you should come back. And he was talking to me like, I didn't realize you were so funny, you're so fucking good, why aren't you like touring all this shit, and which he will never admit to now. But yeah, now he's moved to Georgia and he sends me videos asking me to write a book that I said I was gonna write.
Okay, well,
shaming me for not.
I did send him last night. Actually, I sent him a video of the second time I'd done technical stand-up where you get up without a band behind you to play.
Yeah.
To play your songs, and he has not responded to that. So
well, Pepper
is either dead or he hated it.
Yeah, he's probably both. He's probably dead and hated it.
I think he's been tweeting today, so we're fine.
He has. No, I haven't seen any tweets by him today. Somebody should probably check on him.
Someone check on Pepper.
I mean,
no, you should send that shit to us, not Pepper or Thomas because those guys aren't comedians.
You're right. I sent it to Ryan Sickler. Oh yeah,
There you go.
27 minutes ago. He tweeted 27 minutes ago. We're good.
Okay, good.
We're good.
Or not good, depending on how you want the result to be.
Yeah. I'm taking a picture of this, you guys, to send to them.
I still can't believe
I missed Rushmore podcast. But I loved Rushmore podcast. I was so sad when they
You were their one. You were their one fan.
Probably their one female fan. Yeah.
Okay. Probably not because everyone that listens to Rushmore podcast is a little bitch.
Oh!
We had fabricated beef with them for a little while, but we've had both of them on our show. So
I see. Were you guys on theirs?
No.
I was on theirs.
Well, good for you.
To be fair, I asked once, and I asked only once, and I very much got the vibe of like, if you're not famous, we don't want you on our fucking show.
Well, see, I'm not famous, but my grandpa is, so it's like a
right.
You know, it's a limb of some kind, a family tree limb.
Well, I'm also related to a famous person. I don't know if you know this. My great, however many greats uncle is John Brown, the abolitionist who debatably started the Civil War. So I'm also somewhat famous myself.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke played him.
So you come from a long line of non-racists.
Exactly, and I like to bring that up because my dad's side of the family immigrated here after slavery was abolished, and on my mom's side of the family, we had a fanatic militia-making, I don't know, weird killer guy, John Brown. He killed a lot of people.
In the name of anti-slavery?
Yes. And in the name of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because he was like, slavery is anti-Christian, and I'm so pro-Christian that if you own slaves, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Right. Oh.
And I have a lock of his hair in my house.
That's weird.
That's weird.
What? It's a whole hair wreath. It's like a hair wreath of like ancient old people hair. And my great grandma Darlene was the last entry. She died at 95. So there's like a whole bunch of fucking.
And nobody does that. That is not a thing.
I live down the street from a meth lab, Raelyn. We do things differently here.
You have your ancestors' hair in a wreath hanging on your house?
That is weird. Like, this is new information for me, and I don't know what to do with it.
You have to put this in your stand-up.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to a guy about John Brown Friday night. This has been a hot button topic for me lately.
Fuck the John Brown thing. I mean, that's I'm talking about the hair wreath. This is wild. Nobody does this. This is just you.
I
didn't even do it. It's from like the 1800s. We just kept it.
But at a certain point, like, it's just like, ew, let's get rid of this. Like, why would you keep that? That's just gross.
Hair
I don't know.
Of dead people. Oh my God, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's in like the corner of my house. I'll take a picture of it and put it on Patreon.
Thank you.
Well, luckily, I don't have any hair for my, for anybody to take and put in a wreath.
We could just shave your pubes and make a whole thing out of that.
Here it goes. Listen.
Dude, you can make an entire wreath out of that.
Hair wreaths were made from the hair of deceased loved ones as an honor and remembrance, and the strands placed at the center. As another family member died, their hair would be placed into the center, and the previous lock would be moved to the outside. So the person who last died's hair is in the middle.
Oh, we haven't been doing that. My grandma Darlene died recently, and we just haven't opened the fucking thing. I'm sure if we open it, a ghost will come out.
After a while, y'all were just like, fuck them.
Right. But yeah, dude, John Brown's hair is in there, which is crazy because he also got murdered like really hard. So I don't know how we got a piece of his hair.
How do you get murdered really hard?
Oh, I actually wrote a paper on John Brown. So he made a final stand at armory. I forget the name of it.
I thought
but
you were
he
going to
made
say it in Arby's.
No, that's me. I made my final stand at an Arby's, but he made his final stand. He all of his freed slaves. He was like, "You guys need to go," and some of them were so loyal that they stayed there with them. They're like, "Nah, you freed us. We're gonna die with you," and so they just stayed holed up in this like armory for however long, and then eventually what would become the Confederate
Are you guys
army.
still picturing them in an Arby's right now?
Yeah.
I am, yeah. But no, eventually the Confederate army just blew them all full of holes, like through the thing. So
Who
he
did
got,
that? Oh yeah,
The
other
Confederate
So he-
Army blew
he-
him, is all I heard.
yeah. No, so he got killed as fuck, dude. He got like blown up.
Killed as
Wow.
fuck with all of his friends.
All of his friends. Yeah,
That's how I want to
wanna
go out.
Hey, let's get killed as fuck together. Jason.
Yeah, we'll make our last stand at Arby's, and we'll just take everybody out.
Yeah, dude.
Get blown before you get murdered as fuck.
I mean-
hard.
How else would you want to go out from this world, you know?
Did you
I
hear
don't
that
know.
Arby's it's called Arby's because it was RB for roast beef, and then they kind of just spelled it out. Isn't that a trip?
I learned something new today.
Yeah, I learned that on the Whiskey Ginger podcast.
Wow.
Bro, what?
Yeah, mind blown, right?
All I knew was they had the meats. I didn't know
Speaking
nothing
of
else about
Arby's,
them.
Roast beef.
Did you see that they have a new, they're trying out burgers now, and they have a Wagyu beef burger?
Oh, baby, I'm gonna yoke all over that fucking burger, dude. That turns me on.
Raelyn's face.
It's like you're jizzing on your burger before you eat it because you're so excited.
And what's funny is you made yolk sound like jizz now. So our one of our patrons and producers, Mike Evelyn from the Jester's Court podcast, has a yolk sticker on his car now. So you have jizz
Yes!
on your car, sir.
Lady jizz.
Well, I have the T-shirt, so when I put it on, I guess there's jizz on my tits.
You're just like, go lady jizz. Because there's
Yes.
no eggs.
Yeah, there you go.
Well-
I got the connection. I
Yeah.
like.
See, I
lady
might have to
jizz.
change the shirt now to put on the back of the yolk shirt. It just says "Go Lady Jizz" by Raelyn Nelson.
with the quote. We should update that design. BJ, unpaid intern, get on that, dude. And if you don't do it, you're fired. This has been a fun interview. We did an hour already. It doesn't
Wow.
Doesn't
yeah.
feel like it.
like it. Raelyn, is there anything you need to tell the people before we go? Where are you going to be performing? Where's your social media? Tell us everything.
We're in Memphis this next Friday, but it's just me and JB doing an acoustic set. And then I'm doing some stand-up just around Nashville. But you could check us out at Music is Funny podcast and Raelyn Nelson Band. And I think that's it. Thanks, you guys. And y'all, let's seriously connect on you guys coming on Music is Funny.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. I have your email. I'll email you about it.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
serious about being a drummer too. I'll do it.
Okay. Email me too, and I'll send you those songs.
I will do
I'm
that.
curious too.
So awesome.
Cool.
All right.
What about you,
Thanks,
Jacob? What you got any shows coming up that we need to talk about?
Nah, dude.
Me neither.
I did.
I got nothing.
I did the last show I had booked this last Friday, and I'm sick currently, so I can't really go anywhere and do stand up. I'm taking a little bit of a slight hiatus from comedy. Nothing big. I'm just basically just writing jokes until I can get my own car to drive myself to comedy shows. So
His mom
that's really
drives
it.
him now.
Oh, you just don't have a way to get there, and you're calling
Yeah.
it a hiatus.
Yeah, basically. So basically my mom and my girlfriend are both fed up with taking me to comedy shows. So
Why
I
don't
have
you
to get what's up?
Uber.
That's not a thing around here, really.
Uber will not go out to where he lives. He lives in a place
Ah.
called Van Cleve, Mississippi. It is meth labs and awards burgers. That's pretty much all it is.
The Wards is a recent development.
Yeah.
The Wards has been built in like the last month.
Where are you
That's-
eating sausage biscuits from?
The
My
honey hole.
freezer. there's a gas station here called the Honey Hole, and on its marquee thing it says
I had a feeling it was from a gas station. I really did.
yeah. You know me so well already. It says cold beer, juicy burgers, pretty cashier. And the cashiers that they hire are almost all underage. So that's the kind of place that we're dealing with here.
But are they pretty?
I can't say that.
Yes, you can. Are they
No, I plead the fifth. I don't. No, they're not. They're not pretty. They're hideous. I would never think of such a thing. But basically, I don't have anything going on. Go check out our website. We're gonna buy our own fucking domain. So as soon as I don't feel like shit.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm just going to throw it out there right now. Instead of having open micers go straight to the Patreon, we should just make the Patreon what used to be, patreon.com/OM podcast, and make open micers the new website.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. So, yeah, look out for our fucking new website and shit. And
whatever you need, just go to the Twitter and just click our link tree at the top.
I'm going to put a new TikTok up tonight because I'm feeling froggy. So
nice.
Check that out.
Jacob, I need you to start practicing some yoga poses, buddy, so we can keep you around for a while.
I'll do it if I can get on yoga with Ari.
Yeah, see.
But both me and Ari shit blood. That's something we have in common.
Oh, my God.
In your pants.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got, Jason. What do you don't have anything?
I don't have anything going on. I got this, and I got the Nerd Cave Retro podcast, and hopefully I'll be playing drums for Raelyn Nelson at some point.
I was going to say, drums with Raelyn Nelson Band, so check out those tour dates.
Yeah, go check out them tour dates. I'll be tweeting them out, and we'll be hitting the road and rocking and rolling and doing all that kind of stuff. Well, thank you for coming on the show. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon. And I'm going to play some music here. And if you would like to email us, you can email us at openmikerspodcast@gmail.com, at openmikers on Twitter and Instagram. And openmikers.com takes you to the Patreon right now, but eventually it will be patreon.com/OM podcast. And we have our own website, openmikers.com. And we will see you guys next week. And just an FYI, the drums in our intro was me.
That was him. And the guitar,
Tony Byrne.
That wasn't me.
That was not me.
Very cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys for watching on Twitter, and we will see you guys next week.